In today's episode, how to choose love and pride even when the world feels divided. Hey, this is Stef, and welcome to the Together Moving Forward podcast. The podcast helping 2S LGBTQI plus people embrace self love and self respect so you can celebrate yourself with pride. In this episode, you'll learn how to love your 2S LGBTQI plus identity even when negativity surrounds you, why protecting your peace and focusing on positivity makes you stronger as an advocate, how to model pride, compassion, and authenticity for the next generation. I'm so happy to continue this conversation with Laura and MaryAnn from the heart of New York City. This is part 2 and conclusion of 2 back-to-back episodes. Today's conversation is about reigniting your sense of pride, rebuilding your inner peace, and falling in love with your 2S LGBTQIA plus identity all over again. Hello again, I'm Stef Vachon, and I am a human being. Welcome back to the Together Moving Forward podcast. Embrace your 2S LGBTQIA plus identity with pride through self-love. No matter where you stand in the 2S LGBTQIA plus spectrum, we are all connected. And if you ever struggle to fully love and respect yourself, you are not alone. And this podcast is here to help you. As someone who has navigated my own journey of self acceptance as a queer, I know the power of hearing voices that reflect our own experiences. In this podcast, you'll hear real stories and conversations that leave you with practical tools, fresh perspectives, and the confidence to embrace who you are with pride. To start, I need to say that I'm not a psychologist, a specialist, or someone with a college degree. I'm just a regular guy here to share with all of you and support each other. I won't tell anyone what to do or how to do things. Instead, I'll share my journey and we will all share journeys together. We'll learn from each other how to move forward. Without any more waiting, let's finish this wonderful conversation with Laura and MaryAnn. So, what I really hear and what we see right now, what's going on, ignorance is dividing. Ignorance is
Oh
dividing.
gosh.
So, we need for our community to be strong together. We need to educate each other, listen, like, and talk to each other because we can't fight in
Amongst the
within
right.
and then try to make it work in the rest of the world.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
and it's so true. Like in what see more and more, it's like, okay, when there's division, it all comes from ignorance. So much. And educate yourself. So we all have to, as much as us, we have to educate ourselves about the new generation, but they have a lot of work to do also and educate
Exactly.
themselves so we can all be one community together because there's enough shit right now.
Yeah, we don't.
We
Yeah, we have
we don't
nothing
need
enough of outside shit.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't need that.
way
We
too
need
much.
yes.
But
Yeah.
that's why this podcast is so important. You are doing amazing work here.
Well, it's
And
because of people like you guys too. So, but we
it's
have so much. We have so much to. We all have to do this now, like more than ever. And I used. Well, we're gonna talk about this later because it's one of your next question. But I
okay.
never thought in a million years that I remember when I was young when I came out, and it was in the end 80s, early 90s, and I used to think, oh my God, when I'll be like 30, 40, things are going to be so easy forever, forever, forever. I used to really feel like that. And then I was able to get married. I was able to adopt we were able to adopt our son and all that and I never even thought, that anything like this 1% of what's going on right now would happen. What do you think about that? Like, how do you see
You mean the
things?
deranged man baby?
Well,
How do
That's
you
that's his name.
how do you
Deranged
yeah.
man baby.
okay.
But how do you
It,
see yourself in this? Like, how do
okay.
you stay
So it's
hopeful and
you know it's more than just one person
yeah,
or one thing. The entire world has gone backwards.
yeah,
I remember similar feelings, Steph, when I was a young teenager, that yes, by the time we're, older, it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. But I think at a younger age than you, because yes, I had a knowledge of history, I recognize that the pendulum always swings. And we are in a hard, right, terrible swing
Mhm.
right now. I think it's easy for younger people to despair because they haven't lived long enough to see the pendulum swing.
Mhm.
And I'm not I know I don't ignore the horrible things that are going on, but I don't let myself get mired in them, or I wouldn't be able to survive, function,
Mhm.
be there for MaryAnn, or
Mhm.
do anything to help the world. So I do look for the little bits of hope and try to help communicate to people that maybe it's not going to get all better in the next 12 months or 2 years. But unless you're already in your late 90s, you are probably going to be living through a much better time
Mhm.
at some point.
What you say about like surviving and living the moment. I've decided that I can't watch any more the news. Now it's been a few years. I can't scroll down on social media because it's too hard and it affects my life, my day-to-day life. And this is why with what's helping me the podcast that I'm trying to really to focus. Okay, I've been a coach, a figure skating coach my whole life. So my strength is to try to coach my team and not even just coach, just encourage my team. Because this is my way of surviving because if I start scrolling down and I see all the news, I mean, I can't go to bed and sleep. I'm so scared, and it's more than
Then they
scared.
win
I get
twice. You
anger.
think that way.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm like, nope. I've got to focus on
Good
what
things.
what can I do
Right.
to encourage my team, which is our community, to live better and be better with ourselves. So at least by getting better together, we get stronger. And this is how we're going to fight. If we love each other more and that we're stronger, this is how we can go and fight. And I think once I'm there, that I'm feeling a lot more stronger, I will be able to then go out there and advocate more. But right now, this is where I am. I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if you,
Oh,
It
absolutely.
makes
you know,
perfect sense.
Absolutely.
And, as a parent, how could you possibly be a good father if all you were doing is doom scrolling the news and you can't,
Parent.
show your son the wonders of the world and
and
how
it is,
fabulous life is?
yeah, and it is, yeah. And it is scary because I keep thinking, okay, when we're not going to be there anymore, and in what kind of world is going to grow in. But our job is exactly to do that, to make sure that, well,
Equip
first
him with
he's open-minded and
right.
he's learning that every differences is perfect the way it is. And we take him everywhere. He comes with us at Pride. He's gonna come with us at gay games in Valencia. He's loving the drag queens now. He was scared at first because he said they had too much makeup on and it
How
scared
old
him.
is he?
Now he's 9, and it's so natural for him. This is when you see that what you teach to your kids, you know. I mean, hate doesn't come from within. It comes from
No,
being taught, you know? And
right.
he's so like, I mean, he's always, we're in public and he's always like, you know, Dad, the Steph, kiss your husband now and take your husband's hand and take our hands. And he's, it's so natural for him. And he's starting to ask questions a little bit more of, you know, why don't you want to hold your husband's hands here? And why, you know, things like this. He's starting to see, but it's our job to make sure that in our home, in our environment, that it's safe and that anyone can be who they are.
Loving.
And exactly. But it's yeah, it's really challenging. I have to remind myself every day to come back to the basic and say, okay, what can I do today to make sure I don't go insane and that I keep my peace and my yeah, my serenity, you know, at
I
home and yeah.
I think it's important to remember that a lot of the hate speech that we hear is, there's a word, projection.
Yep.
The, you know, the people who accuse us of being bad people and grooming children and all of that stuff.
The statistics don't bear that
It's,
out.
it's the other way around.
It's
Yep.
We want people to love each other, and they are preaching hate. And I feel so bad for the really young kids
Mhm.
who are learning as preschoolers to hate,
Yep.
because that is not a natural inclination.
children are not born with that. They're taught.
Nope. No. And it is anyway, all of this is just a plan on working on something else anyway. So if all the attention is put against us, then they can do other shit.
Right. It's
And it's so obvious, but this is what frustrates
a
me so much.
deception.
Yeah,
Right.
I was searching for the word because, and it's so obvious to me. And it's so obvious because every day they just say the same thing over and over so that people don't see the real truth of what's really going on, you know? But it's so obvious, but people it seems like
It's
they just,
that's their distraction. It's
yeah,
taking it
yeah.
off of them and putting it on us.
Yeah, and then they can't see what's really happening. Like, don't you see? Don't you walk in the street and don't you see the drugs and the homeless and everything, the poor,
Oh, but
everything that's going on? But it comes.
it's just manufactured
Yeah,
theater.
and that's why I'm so. I have sometimes I have so much anger, and I can't carry this into my life and in my family and in my surroundings because then it's poison.
Well, so that's actually makes me think of something, because we react differently to things, and we've had to adjust to each other's reactions. MaryAnn likes to yell at the TV and call people names, and that's cathartic for her.
Right.
And it's like, you know, I like, shh, you know, that'll upset me. But so I don't want to hear anger, but she needs to vent.
Yeah.
And
then once it's over, I'm over it.
right,
Okay.
she's over it, but I'm now upset. So, you know, one of the things that one does in a successful marriage is, you know, I'm not going to yell at her for yelling at the TV. She needs to do it. I'm just going to walk away so that it doesn't stress me out.
Affects you. Yeah.
One thing I'm astonished at, and my family, we were not religious, even though we were Catholics. This Pope Leo, I admire this man for what he says about what's going on. He just puts it right out there and he does not mince any words. And I've been listening to him, and I've never heard a pope speak like he speaks. He really gives it to the jerks in this country.
I mean, it's true. I am a-religious, if not downright anti-religious, but I do hear some people involved in religion who are extremely critical of the right-wing Christians
Yeah,
who
right.
just preach hate.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
violence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and violence begets violence.
So it's going to be
Ah.
interesting here at the beginning of the year because we have
A new mayor.
a new mayor, and we're
Trump-
going to have a new mayor, and he is Zoran Mandani he's a joy. He's young. He's smart.
He has a vision. He has a vision.
And because he is not a white Christian,
Oh God.
they're freaking out and saying, he's going to impose Sharia law and welcome another 9/11 and the fear mongering. And, we will be out there protesting against ICE or whatever is necessary when the Orange administration, I use slightly gentler terms than MaryAnn does,
Nazi.
tries to punish
Of course.
our city for
Our state, the whole
right. But I mean, specifically
we
our city.
fucking hate him here. We fucking hate him.
But I think it's I don't know, just for us to see that to see your new mayor, it was such a nice fresh air of hope.
Right.
Here it's like finally like some good news. Like finally
Well,
we can see little
right.
bits here and there. So yeah, it's like
I think
Yeah.
the worm is starting to turn.
a little bit.
The
Yeah.
Democrats in this election won.
Well, yeah, and you get the big stories like
Yeah.
our new mayor. I don't know if everyone out there gets all of the stories about, I'm not going to get all my statistics right, but the Moms for Liberty people put something like 54 candidates out for right-wing school boards. They got 0.
I know
We
I read
took
that too.
every single one of them. We are clinging to the hope that in recent weeks, with people not having their government food assistance when they don't even have minimum wage jobs and losing their health insurance, that people are beginning to get
Yeah.
that if they voted in solidarity with hate, thinking it was only going to be the libs in blue states and the queer people and the black and
gonna
brown
suffer.
people were going to suffer,
That's
they-
why they're ignorant and uneducated.
so we hope it is the beginning of a
I hope
turning of the
so.
tide. And we know there's going to be backslides.
Yeah, of course, of course. But at least it was a really nice, breath of fresh air. It was like,
Yes.
And
it
the
felt
new
so good over
mayor,
here.
the new mayor, I don't know if you've gotten this there in Canada, he appointed his whole transition team are women. His chief of staff is a woman, and he wants to keep the woman a police commissioner.
Yeah, and they are young and
smart.
vibrant and so smart. I mean, people our age should not be running government. There are people running government. They don't know how to use the internet yet, some of them. We need all right, we need to step back and do other things and let the right people.
And Mitch McConnell should get the hell out too. Gosh.
Oh my God. Okay. You know what? I would go with the last questions because we've got,
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
I'm going to have to go with 2 episodes. I'm going to have to split it because there's no way I can cut too much.
This has turned into a bitch session.
Well, you know what? I haven't had any really bitch session on my podcast, so it's fabulous.
Oh,
It-
okay.
I need to, I want,
Wait. Did you just give MaryAnn permission to let it all?
well, she wants, yeah. I'm not giving her permission. We can be whatever we want. It's all perfect. And I think now we have to explore all this. We have to talk about all this. It's important.
It's
important to
cathartic
have-
too.
Yeah. And it's important to have you two guys that have a long life of experiencing so many things. Like as much as I want some kids to be on on this show. I want everybody so we can actually educate each other
Exactly.
a little bit more. So no, it's perfect. You can bitch as much as you want.
But I hope your last question is going to be on a positive note.
Yes, of course. Well, we've talked a lot about positive things. We talked about
Yes.
your relationship, how you guys met, how you live your day-to-day life, which is excellent. So we're not just bitching. That's fine. But it's important to bitch sometimes.
It's part of life,
It's part of it, of the education too.
right? It's okay. It's okay to get annoyed at things.
Of course, of course.
Silence is compliance.
Yeah, and we have to speak up anyway. Also, we have to. That's how it is. I mean, they promote hate. We can talk about what they promote.
We
and
need
how
to
wrong it
promote
is.
love.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the last question, actually. After years of love, resilience, and growth, what message of hope or strength would you like to share with someone who is still searching for their identity, their pride, or their sense of belonging?
That's a good question.
Okay. Can I start?
Go ahead. You could start.
Okay.
Lisa first.
Oh, I'm gonna keep this beginning. I'm gonna keep it because it's funny. Now I don't have a choice. And now I don't have a choice.
Okay. So, oh, I had a thought and you called me your girlfriend's name and now I've lost it.
My girlfriend.
Who's Lisa?
I don't know. That's what he
I
called.
know. I know. Okay. So if I can remember the question, I'm going to address primarily to younger people because if you're 18 or 25 or maybe even 32, you may not yet fully realize who you are and what life is best for you. That's fine. You'll figure it out. And when you figure it out, you go for it. I worry that younger generations, perhaps even more than ours, are worrying that it won't happen. Younger people have gone through like real trauma in the last decade. We had a global pandemic. Their
Yeah.
educations were
Disrupted.
completely disrupted. They have every reason to feel like the world owes them a little bit. But no matter how much you feel that, you have to get it yourself. You have to try things.
You have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
I don't even remember what the question was.
About their identity.
Oh, okay. So you know what? That's actually interesting because we didn't even use the term identity. We talked about sexuality.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's identity.
Identity.
And
Yeah.
identity is not just sexuality,
It's-
it's gender identity.
Right.
And that's all great. But who's to say that the identity you feel when you're 12 is what you're going to feel when you're 18. And maybe it's going to be something else when you're 24. And go with it.
Yeah.
Don't feel locked in. You can reinvent yourself. It's okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, and they should be true to themselves, love themselves, and don't let anybody deter you from who you are. And the one thing I used to hate when I was growing up, well, you chose no. When did you choose to be heterosexual?
Yeah.
Did you remember that day? I chose to be persecuted. I chose to put my life in danger. I chose to be discriminated against. Think about it.
Mhm. That's education. That's when we talk about education. Yeah.
But yeah, be true to yourself. Don't feel guilty about who you think you are or who you might become,
Hmm.
and love yourself. And don't let anybody mess that up for you.
Also, I would encourage people questioning their identity to find safe people to talk to.
Yeah. That's very
They're,
important.
I mean, in any age group, seek out your
And
gay
now
cousin.
it's so easy with, I mean, we have everything now. We have
There's a
internet,
lot of
we can Google. It's
resources.
so easy. In our time, oh my God, I speak like a
Yeah, there was
grandfather.
nothing.
But there was nothing. There was nothing. It was what the
Fend for
neighbors would
yourself.
say, and my village would say, in my church, what they would say. That's all I had. So today it's so easy. Like you say, go look
Right.
for people like you. Go
Right. I
for,
mean,
you know?
it's easy. However, the algorithms out there, if you are searching for, what if I'm gay? Then what's going to come into your inbox? Like horrible, bad stuff. So
You're better off trying just to get to a community center,
Right,
an
right.
LGBTQ
So,
community center.
yeah, it is easier if you know what to type in. If you're just putting your feelings out there, it can be a little bit dangerous online because the algorithm is
Your friend.
not your friend.
Can you believe this? That's what scares me and makes me a little bit angry about,
AI.
yeah, and what everything is, how everything is being controlled so much more.
And
But
it's going to get worse. And unfortunately,
yeah.
the laws are not current to deal with that.
No.
Well, yeah, and it's a problem of capitalism run amok because the algorithm sends ad money to some horrible sites and people. I forget where it was, somewhere in middle America. A law was recently passed where on the school ID, not only can you have whatever pronouns and whatever name you want, but on the back side, there are suicide prevention websites and links to all kinds of
Services.
useful organizations. Because if somebody just goes on Instagram or TikTok
You don't know what
and says, I'm thinking about killing myself, they get a how-to manual
how to do it.
So it's gonna come back into being in real situations, like go to a community center, a real community center with real people.
Yep.
Find one that is in your area, and this is how you're gonna get help. So
We have a really good one here on 13th Street. It's really good.
I mean, not every community
It
has
has
one.
No.
And not every community has a drag queen story hour at
Mm,
the public library.
yeah.
But
But
those
I,
are really good things.
but we have to, I think we have to start to try to think that way and to try. It's gonna come back down into finding real things because everything is just becoming so extraordinary fake. Everything is
Yeah,
just,
too electronic.
yeah, we don't know what's real and what's not
What's
anymore.
not,
So
yeah, that's the problem.
so it's gonna come back into, okay, find real people,
Humans.
yeah, humans and real
Yeah.
organizations and
And you know what? May I say something to some of the older people who might be listening or watching this podcast?
of course.
Make yourself visible. Join us in being the safe older queers out on the street that, be accessible. Just don't hide who you are out of your own fear. You could
Mhm.
save a young person's life.
Yeah, well said.
Thank you.
So Laura and MaryAnn, thank you so much. Laura, it was great to have you before. That you were one of my first guests, and now it's so wonderful to have you with your spouse. So I can't wait to meet you in real, MaryAnn, and
Oh, yes,
Laura, and
absolutely.
see you again because I keep saying, when are we going to see each other? We know we're going to see each other in June, but hopefully before that. But thank you so much. It was
Oh,
really,
my pleasure. Thank you.
it was a really different episode, and I loved it because exactly that's what I want. I think we need to
Excellent.
have different episodes with every subject, and it was great. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you so
Au revoir.
much. Yeah, au revoir. Bye.
Oh, my back. I haven't figured out how to hang up on you.
Okay, I will hang you up.
Bye.
Bye. Laura and MaryAnn, thank you so much for reminding us that love, laughter, and pride can carry us through anything. It was such a privilege to have you sharing your light and showing us what true pride looks like. Even when negativity surrounds you, loving your true LGBTQI plus identity keeps you grounded. Protecting your peace makes you stronger, and showing pride with compassion inspires the next generation to do the same. I'm always looking for inspiring guests for the podcast, and I'd love to have you or someone you know share your journey with pride. The world needs your story, and it has the power to change lives, and your voice matters. Please reach out and send me an email today. It is already time to say au revoir just for now. So please join me every Monday and Thursday for brand new episodes of the Together Moving Forward podcast and learn how to embrace your true LGBTQI plus identity with confidence and pride. If you enjoy this podcast, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode on how to learn to love and respect yourself. If you found this episode useful, share it with a friend or someone you know in our 2S LGBTQIA plus community so you can help them embrace self-love. It might seem like a small gesture, but it truly makes a huge difference. Wherever you are from in the world, we are all connected. And remember, more than ever, solidarity beats hate. The more we unite, the stronger we become. Because at the end of the day, we are all equally human and we all deserve the same rights. One last thing before I go. Put your hand on your heart and repeat after me. You and me together. I attract positivity and repel negativity. Yes, I attract positivity and repel negativity. From guilt, shame, silence, and rejection to pride, freedom, healing, and love, together moving forward. Thank you so much for showing up today, for choosing growth, love, and pride right here with me. See you real soon. Ciao. Subscribe now and share to uplift, empower, and make a real difference in our community.